last year I ran the retreats with half the amount of students and I made 20,000 in revenue. And then coming into the actual program with you guys, I've ended up with $50,000 in revenue and fully booked in 9 weeks. So my name is Jason, I'm the owner of Wavecore. So I've been running Wavecore for over 5 years now. And the goal is to kind of change the way we learn how to surf. And the direction definitely came a lot faster once I started the With You program, that's for sure.
Amazing. And so, what problem were you essentially encountering that made you want to join Where You?
I was overusing my warm market. I've always been a fan of a fan of organic marketing as a whole. I really like the idea of putting the effort in and using your existing community, local community, and referrals. And I felt like they did so much work with me and they just needed a break. And I was kind of maxing out on my energy levels because I was putting so much time in, either in the water or just, on the phone, texting them back and forth. And I wasn't really getting that momentum that my business deserved with all the hard work that was going in. So I was kind of exhausting a small level of clientele and ready to move forward.
Yeah, amazing. And so, did you have any hesitations before buying the program, or what ended up getting you over the line in the end to make that final call to start?
But the first time I saw Brandon on an ad, I was like, wow, that guy's a dick, man. But I kind of like know a strong business owner when I hear one. And
Yeah.
so I didn't listen to him the first time because he was just swearing at me. And then I started being like, wow, this guy's got something. And then I tried different marketing agencies and I just found that the importance level of me being a part of it was so in such high volume. And I wasn't able to do so because they either wouldn't get back to me or it would be like a $50,000 program. We didn't even get started, and then I did go on to the Facebook ads and I boosted a post, which I'll never do again. And I know because I didn't know what I was doing, but like it is true what he says that the entire process of your ads manager can be scary. But the reality is that we're the ones as business owners and entrepreneurs that need to educate ourselves on this process to then maximize your sales.
Yeah, and I mean, it's essentially what we're all built around. Is like ultimately the business owner knows their business best. I can't come in and speak like you, or I'm not there on the day to day with your clients and know what entirely they need. That emotional pull comes from the people who are doing the work. And I guess that's been a massive part of your success is honing in on that copy and those ads to talk to your audience. And you're the business owner, you know them. So yeah, that's where it all comes in. What massive, I guess, what changes did you see? What results were like, paint me your before and after.
Yeah, okay. So like it was definitely like the first 2 days isn't the be all end all. That's the start where you start getting excited and you're kind of fearful, like you're looking at spending a lot of money and you're like, oh my gosh, like do I actually believe in this? And then
In
it's
the workshop, yeah.
out in the actual workshop. But then you leave the workshop and you start implementing it, it becomes your problem. So as they say, like in with you, it's like if it's not your problem, make it your problem. And I really took that on board when Sierra said that. I was like, wow, okay, cool. I'm gonna look into Google Ads and learn from it, even if I'm gonna use it. And I found little cues to figure out from there. But it's not just the With You program that made the entire service, it's the follow-up afterwards, the advisory calls, the amount that you guys are there for us throughout. Like I did not know everything I know just from the 2-day workshop. It was I set the groundwork and then was able to work it out in my own business because of the support afterwards.
Yeah, and
So,
you
like
came.
I didn't realize that ad copy was so important. I didn't realize how good I could speak to people. So what's happened and the reason why I sold out all my retreats is that I was able to make my cold market complete hot, red hot, to the point where people were buying with me, not even on a Google Meet, on the phone. And they're like, "You're not some scammer, are you?" I'm like, "No, you've seen the back end, you know." So it's definitely like it's all of the snapshots, it's all of the support that you get from day one all the way through until you're done with the school community. There's just so much support.
Yeah, and it's one thing, and particularly a team, and like as Kira touched on, it's like, how can I make this apply to me when you're jumping into all these calls and all these, I guess,
Mm.
resources? It's like, I want to make this apply to me so I can get the most out of this program. So you're set up for success, and we're then in your rear view because you're doing your ads so fantastically. I guess a key part I want to understand is can you explain essentially, so you run retreats and you've sold out three of us. Talk to us about that process, how it started, where you're at now, and where to next for your business.
Yeah, for sure. So like last year I ran the retreats with half the amount of students due to lack of confidence, nothing else. And I made 20,000 in revenue. And that was like half filled retreats, all my warm market, begging them almost to come, saying like, oh, this is so worth it, it's so worth it. But putting so much energy into it rather than working on the business as a whole. And then coming into the actual program with you guys, I've ended up with $50,000 in revenue and fully booked in 9 weeks. Whereas it took me over 6 months to inquire the $20,000 worth.
And was that just for the one retreat?
No, all three.
Yeah, all three. And so within how many months did you sell at all three retreats?
9 weeks with you guys.
Yeah, wow, that's
Yeah.
insane.
It's only
And
$2,400 an ad spend.
wow.
Yeah, so like it just hit because I think what the benefit of with you is like I always say with my surfers, it's similar services actually. Like when you have a business that is already with so much potential, it sometimes it just takes one thing to have them just hit the ground running. And that's where I feel like with you went. Like I put so much time into being the best possible surf coach I could be. But without the with you program, I didn't have the knowledge and the stability and the anchoring in the back end to make it just go up like a volcano. And so it really like I think it takes entrepreneurs that are already there to enjoy the With You program as much as I did. This is my personal truthful opinion. I think that there's so many of us that have so much to offer that don't get where we want to be because we don't have the skills and utilizations to do so. And that's what it really just gave me all the pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah, wow. And how do you reckon that changed your life, like professionally? Like what was the biggest change for that?
Yeah, so I'm a dad all the way through, like it makes my voice quirk just like it did there because how important it is. Like I financials are everything, right? So like I've stuck it out as a young dad as a surf coach when I wasn't making much money. So it was like, what am I gonna do with this? And like how am I gonna make this as big as possible? So I have dad grit, and so like it really like to me like being financially free to gamble a little bit and make some choices and decisions like money spending money makes money so having the ability to have revenue has allowed me to take a 5-year plan and turn it into a 3-month goal which is
Wow.
absolutely like something I couldn't thank anyone enough for which is why I'm in the school community it's why I'm in thanking you guys and like can I get your testimonial Patsy can I get I reached out to Brandon the other day and he gave me this advice about Entourage like and that's my next step is I'm going to run through the Entourage program so it's like you get what you pay for, and I think there's so many businesses that don't actually offer what they say they're going to. Whereas it's almost like I always work my business around, you offer less and then end up giving more. You never overpromise, underpromise, and overdeliver. And that's exactly what the With You program was. It was like just dead honest, shoulders down. If you want to come, come. And if you don't, you're missing out. And that was it. Like I didn't have the money to attend the With You program.
Yeah. And what have you appreciated the most out of the program?
The guidance, easily the guidance. Like I think that's what is so missed in marketing is the do it for you service is so applicable to an entrepreneur because you just like well, just do it whereas the guidance taught me day in day out what I could do with the business.
Yeah. Yeah. And would you say what aspect of the program is the most valuable or like everything in unison or like what spoke to you the most?
Advisory calls you. But no, the advisory calls all the way. The advisory calls are so cut and clear. They are a bit busy, but Brandon does exactly what he needs to up the amount of calls, and you don't get left untouched. You always get put in the right direction. But it's not just the advisory calls; it's the amount of professions inside of the advisory calls. You got a technician call, you got a meta call, you got a sales call, right? And if I could recommend, you guys need business coaching inside of it. And I think that I've seen some of the school posts that like that's not a direction one-on-one coaching Brandon wants to go, but like that's the only thing missing for me
Yeah.
is the help in the sales process, the help in the funnels and whatnot. So I think if there's an advisory call for that, and it'd just be way, way more beneficial to me. But to set up the meta ads alone, like everything, there's so many things that change consistently. So making sure that you have that support is really important.
Yeah, because I guess a big part of that is like you've excelled so far in the program in such a short amount of time. It's like, well, like where to next? Like,
No,
how do
yeah.
you scale my
Right
ad?
now I have nothing for sale. I have nothing.
Pardon?
I don't have nothing for sale. Like, do you know what I mean? I literally sold out something that would normally take me so many months to sell that I now have nothing left for sale. So like, I don't. I need to invest in myself now to then keep going. Which
Yeah, how do I make my business model like something I can scale, make larger? You touched on that
yeah.
you were overseas, potentially scouting new locations to take it like
Yeah,
international.
so now the brand's going international, but it's not just that. It's also like you need to be able to keep people happy and keep them a part of what you're doing. So like having multiple offers and having different scalability is what I'm now trying to pay for to understand. But
Yeah, diversity in your marketing too,
yeah,
like offers. Yeah. And so
100%.
if anyone was unsure about, potentially booking a call today with the sales team to inquire about the program or they were on the fence about where you, what would you tell them?
I would say there's no pressure. And that if you're a good fit, you're a good fit. And you shouldn't feel like with your program is anything like any marketing agency you've ever seen because it's definitely Brandon is definitely in creator mode. And if you understand authenticity, then he's the man for the job.